Hello everyone, I am Gopal, lecturer in chemistry from TDWRDC, Nagar Karnal. Now I am going to give a lecture on aromatic hydrocarbons. I am going to explain aromatic hydrocarbons. So originally called aromatic due to fragrant odor, although this is definition seems as many products possess distinctly non-fragrant smell. Currently, a compound is said to be aromatic if it has benzene-like in its properties. Benzene structures are here. This is the resonance hybrid structure for these two for these two benzene structures. So benzene is the parent hydrocarbon of aromatic because of their special chemical properties. Here we can observe the structure of benzene. Ring. As we know, the molecular formula of benzene is C6H6. This suggests that the molecular formula of benzene suggests that the carbon and hydrogen ratio is 1:1. This tells that highly unsaturated structure. Benzene reacts mainly by substitution, but not the addition. Hence what? So benzene mainly undergo substitution reactions, but not the addition reactions as alkynes, alkenes. A Kekulé scientist proposed two structures for the benzene. Let us learn the structures of benzene of Kekulé. Here, he suggested that 6 carbon atoms are located at the corners of a regular hexagon with single and double bonds are present in the benzene ring, the alternative mode around the ring. So this is called as conjugated system of double bonds. They exchange their positions around the ring. Here we can see the Kekulé structures for benzene. Here in these structures, the double bond positions are different. The double bond positions are different. See here, 1, 2. Here 1, 2. So next here, again you give numbering 1, 2. So in this, what happened here? So between first and second carbon atoms, there is a double bond. Whereas in this structure, between the first and second carbon atoms, there is no double bond. So it means what here? These two structures are said to be different. They are not same structures for the benzene. Okay. So these two structures are called as Kekulé structures, which contributes the benzene ring. Here, there is a resonance model for benzene. The contributing structures for benzene are here equivalent to resonance hybrid structure. These two structures are called as contributing structures, which are equivalent to resonance hybrid structure. Okay, so this is the most stable structure for benzene, not these two. Okay, because of in these two structures at room temperature, the 5 bonds undergo delocalization throughout the ring. Okay, so that's why here the resonance hybrid structure is said to be more stable. And here Kekule structure, here we have the delocalized pi cloud. So within the ring, the pi cloud can be generally represented like this. Okay. So next, the benzene is said to be planar. Planar. Benzene structure is a planar structure. So why we are calling it as planar structure? Because of the benzene structure, carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms are present within the same plane. Same plane. They are not present above the plane and below the plane, isn't it? Okay, here all of the carbon bond lengths are identical in benzene ring. Even though the benzene ring consists of double bonds and single bonds, it has 1.39 angstroms bond length between the carbon atoms, not as alkanes bond length and alkenes bond length. Okay, so we should expect the bond lengths in the benzene ring as alkanes 1.54 angstroms. Okay, because of there are single bonds. Next, due to the presence of double bonds, we can expect the bond length between the CC double bonded carbon atoms 1.34 angstroms. But these do not, these generally, these two are not observed in the case of benzene structure. Okay, this is the 1.39 angstroms is the bond length between the carbon-carbon atoms. It means what? The pi bonds within the benzene ring always undergo delocalization. Always undergo delocalization through the ring. Okay. Next, here, so each carbon atom is therefore sp2 hybridized benzene ring. Each carbon atom here, every carbon atom is a sp2 hybridized, and the bond angles are 120. The bond angles are 120 degrees. Here we can observe the orbital picture, orbital structure of benzene here. So in this case, what happened? The phi cloud is distributed. The phi cloud is distributed above the plane and below the plane like this. Above the plane and below the plane like this. Phi cloud is distributed. Okay. So next, here the aromatic character or aromaticity. A compound is said to be aromatic when it is satisfying or it is following some conditions. There are some conditions, there are some rules are there. So a compound is said to be aromatic if it is following some conditions. These conditions are nothing but here cyclic structure. Cyclic structure. So a compound is said to be aromatic when it has cyclic structure, and a cyclic structure contains like continuous system of alternating double and single bonds. So conjugation should be there. Then only that is called as aromatic system. Conjugative system. Conjugative system means alternative double bonds must be there. And aromatic compounds must be planar. Planar means there should be what here like benzene, sp2 hybridization. In benzene, there is a sp2 hybridization. So then they are said to be planar. Planar. Okay, next to the compound must follow the Huckel's rule, Huckel's condition. Okay. So the number of pi electrons in the compound is equal to 4n plus 2. 4n plus 2. Okay. So generally here, what is aromaticity? The aromaticity is nothing but here there are some rules. So whenever a compound is following these rules, these conditions, that compound is called as aromatic. Aromatic. So what are the cyclic structure? Should be there. Next to conjugated pi system is there. Should be there. Next aromatic compounds must be planar, and the compound should follow the Kel's rule, 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. Then only the compound is said to be what? Aromatic compound. This is also known as aromaticity. Okay, where n is nothing but here integer value 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, next here we have some examples. To explain the aromaticity. Here n value. If n value is 1, for suppose n value is 1, then here what happened? The value is 6. The number of electrons, the value is nothing but the number of electrons, 5 electrons. They are nothing but 5 electrons, 6. Here, the structure of benzene is there. Okay, in this case, see here, 5 bonds. How many 5 bonds are there? 3 5 bonds. Each 5 bond, any bond, it may be single bond or double bond. That should be with how many electrons in maximum? 2. So there are 3 5 bonds. Due to the presence of 3 5 bonds, there are a total number of 5 electrons or delocalized electrons are 6. 6. Okay, n value is 1. Okay, therefore it is said to be benzene is said to be aromatic. Okay, aromatic. So next here pyridine is there. In this pyridine there is a nitrogen atom. It is a heterocyclic ring. Heterocyclic ring. Other than carbon. Okay, na. Atom is present. This atom is other than carbon atom. Okay. Na. So next here, generally how many 5 bonds are there in this ring? 3 5 bonds are there, and due to the presence of 3 5 bonds, all these 5 bonds are undergo delocalization throughout the ring. So therefore 6 delocalized 5 electrons are there. Therefore the n value is how much? 1. Then it is said to be aromatic compound. So next to pyrrole. In this here only 2 5 bonds are there. There is no third 5 bond. So with the absence of third 5 bond, there are non-bonding electrons on the nitrogen atom, heteroatom, non-bonding electrons. So its contribution is there. The non-bonding electrons undergo delocalization. Despite this electron undergo delocalization into the ring, then what happened? The delocalization is taking place like this here, even though less number of atoms in the ring. Okay, now. So this is said to be what? Aromatic compound. How it is aromatic compound? These two non-bonding electrons are also here treated as 5 electrons or delocalized electrons. Therefore, total number of delocalized electrons are 6. The n value is 1 here. Okay. So therefore, it is said to be aromatic compound. So same as this pyrrole, here furan also is said to be aromatic compound because of here there are non-bonding electrons on the oxygen atom. These undergo delocalization like this. Then what happened here? Continuous delocalization is there. By this here the number of delocalized electrons are 6. N value is 1. Then this compound is said to be aromatic. So is it following only n plus 2 5 electron rule or remaining rule? So all rules, these all compounds following the all rules. How they are following all rules? So cyclic structure is there. Next to conjugated system is there, and sp2 hybridized carbons. Planar structure is there, and these are all following 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. Okay, in this case, cyclic structure is there. Next to conjugated pi system is there. Next to planar, sp2 hybridization. Planar is there, planarity is there, and next these are following 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. So next to here in this compound also there is a cyclic structure and a conjugated pi system is there with the including these non-bonding electrons. Next to planar structure. Okay, next planar structure. Next what? Here 4n plus 2 pi electron. This is following the 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. Okay, like this. Here we have the what? This one, cyclooctatetraene. In this case, what happened? The N value, we will get the N value 1.5. 1.5. So this is the what here? This is not a aromatic compound. Okay, the aromatic compound should have the N value 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. That's all. But here the fraction value is there, therefore it is not a aromatic compound, and so on. Here naphthalene is there. In this naphthalene, there is a alternative double bonds. Alternative double bonds. Alternative double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, like this. Okay, alternative double bonds. And all the carbon atoms are sp2 hybridized. sp2 hybridized. Okay, next, here by this what happened? All the carbon atoms are in the cyclic manner. Okay, next, there is continuous delocalization is there. Continuous delocalization is there. And by this what happened here? Generally, you will get the total, you will get the N value here 2. Okay, by the presence of total number of delocalized pi electrons 10. Here we will get the N value 2. Okay. So next, remaining compounds, same these rules. So when the compounds following these rules, they are said to be aromatic compounds. Okay, and so on. So next, when I come to monosubstituted benzenes of nomenclature. Okay. So what is the nomenclature involved for the aromatic compounds? How we can name them? Okay, monosubstituted benzenes. So that do not have common names accepted are named as derivatives of benzene. So named as the monosubstituted benzenes are named as derivatives of benzene. Derivatives of benzene. Bromobenzene. So here because of the presence of bromine, it is a bromobenzene. Due to the presence of chlorine as substituent, it is a chlorobenzene. So next, due to the presence of NO2 group, it is called as nitrobenzene. So next, ethyl group. Due to the presence of ethyl group, it is called as ethyl benzene, like this. Okay. So next, common names are accepted by IUPAC parent compounds. Okay, here see here, what is IUPAC? International Union Pure and Applied Chemistry. So for benzene, this is the benzene, toluene. So methyl group. The methyl group substituted benzene is called as toluene. So next here, isopropyl benzene is called as cumene, styrene. So vinyl benzene, styrene. So next to phenol, so hydroxybenzene. Okay, phenol, etc. Anisole, 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 etc. Okay, here in this case, now I'm going to give the. Okay, here now I'm going to explain the nomenclature of aromatic compounds of disubstituted benzenes. When two substituents are present, 3 isomeric structures are possible for the benzene. Okay, what I'm saying here, when two substituents are present, the benzene ring, 3 isomeric structures are possible. They are designated by the prefixes ardo, meta, and para. If substituent X is attached to carbon 1, okay, carbon 1 here, then there are 3 isomeric structures are possible here. The ortho groups are on carbon's 2nd and 6th positions. The meta groups are on carbon's 3rd and 5th. And para groups are on carbon 4th. Okay. So here we can see the, we can observe the positions, the 3 isomeric positions of monosubstituted benzene. Here already monosubstitution is there, and for the second substitution, the what are the if we substitute the second substituent, then here we can write the 3 isomeric structures for the monosubstituted benzene. Okay, here in this case, what happened? Ortho. There are 2 ortho positions, 2 meta positions, and para position is there. Okay, these 2 are. So then if you give the numbering for this here, So this is the first position. The X is nothing but a substituent. So which is attached position is generally given first numbering. And next, this is a second, this is a third, this is a fourth, this is the fifth, this is the sixth position. See here, the either sides of this substituent are called are the positions, and here these are 1, 2 and 1, 6 positions, and there is a third position and fifth positions are meta positions. Fourth position is para position. Okay, here three types of isomeric products formation takes place. Here examples are there. Here chlorine and chlorine. So these two chlorines are present in the 1, 2 position. So second position is called as artho position. Artho position. So therefore, artho dichlorobenzene. Here in this structure, the Cl is another Cl is present. This is just you treat the one of the Cl. One of the Cl is a first substituent, and other Cl is treated as second substituent. So where the second substituent is occupied, okay, in which position it is going to attach. Okay, see here, in this case, if it is the Cl is present in third position, this is called as meta. Meta. This is a meta here already we learned. Okay, meta position, meta dichlorobenzene. So next, here in this structure, the both the Cls, both the chlorines are present in the 1/4 positions. Okay, 1/4 positions. So therefore, here the fourth position is termed as para position. Therefore, its name is para dichlorobenzene. Right. So here, para-xylene. Both the methyl groups are present. The para positions, para to each other. Therefore, it is called as para-xylene. Okay. So next, here some more examples are there. In this case, ortho-bromo-chlorobenzene. Ortho-bromo-chlorobenzene here. So in this, so ortho positions, the Br is present in the ortho position of this chlorine. So next, meta-nitrotoluene. In this meta-nitrotoluene, what happened? The inverted group is present in the meta position of this methyl. Okay. So next, in this here parachlorostyrene. Parachlorostyrene. The chlorine is present in the para positions of this styrene. Okay. So next here metachlorophenol. Metachlorophenol. According to this OH group, the chlorine group is present in the meta position. Therefore, it is called metachlorophenol. Right. So next, here polysubstituted benzene. How can write nomenclature for aromatic compounds? Polysubstituted benzenes. Okay, here when more than 2 substituents are present, their positions are designated by numbering the ring. See here, there are more than 2 substituents are present. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, fourth position. So these two are present in 1 and the second position. This is present in the fourth position. So now you can write its name here 1, 2, 4, trimethylbenzene. Trimethyl prefix word is used here, trimethylbenzene. Okay, next in this here 1, next to 2, 3, 3 here, 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. In the 1, 3, 5 positions, there are substituents are present. Okay, here the chlorines are main substituent. Chlorines are generally second substituents. So these are treated as second substituents. So therefore, here 3, 5 dichlorotoluene, methylbenzene, also known as toluene, right? So in the same way here also, what happened? Trinitrotoluene. So the nitro groups, NO2 groups are treated as second substituents. Therefore, here NO2 group is present second position, the fourth position, and in the sixth position. So therefore, here by representing their positions, here you can write this name as 2, 4, 6 trinitrotoluene. Trinitrotoluene, right? So next, here there are some more examples. In this, here what happened? Okay, see here Two groups with special names occur frequently in aromatic compounds, phenyl group and the benzyl group. Okay, now if you remove the, if you remove the one hydrogen from C6H6 formula, then it is called as phenyl group. It is called as phenyl group here, C6H5, phenyl group, or this one. So next to benzyl, the methyl benzene is called as toluene. If you remove one hydrogen from CH3 group, then it is termed as C6H5CH2. It is called as benzyl group. Okay, benzyl group. So next, there are other positions are there here. Benzyl chloride is there. Substitution. Okay, substitution is there on this ring. So next, here there is a cyclopropyl ring is present as substituent, and here what is that? Pentyl group is there. Two pentyl group is there, and next secondary, that is also known as secondary pentyl group, is present as a substituent, and three phenyl groups are substituted on the benzene, triphenyl benzene. Therefore, it is called as triphenyl benzene. So these are the other names. So next, now I'm going to discuss about reactions of benzene. So benzene mainly already we have learned the what the reactivity of benzene. So the benzene mainly undergo substitution reactions, not the addition reactions. It is because of the when it undergoes addition reactions, then what happens? The aromatic character will be destroyed. Okay, the aromatic character can be destroyed. So that's why it won't undergo electrophilic addition reaction. It only undergoes electrophilic substitution reactions. So here the halogenation is there. This is the electrophilic substitution. So what does it mean? The electrophilic substitution means what? The electrophile starts the substitution reaction. Electrophile starts the replacement of one electrophile by another electrophile is called as electrophilic substitution. What? Displacement of a electrophile by another electrophile is called as electrophilic substitution. Right? Here we have some electrophilic substitution reactions in this halogenation. First, I'm going to explain halogenation, electrophilic substitution. Okay. In this, what happened here? Halogen is used. So when benzene reacts with the halogen in the presence of what? Lewis acid here. The same Lewis acid is used here. Lewis acid, Fe(X3). So which catalyzes the reaction? What is the electrophile? Okay, electrophile. So here the X is generally undergoing to attach X. X can be added at this benzene ring. In this, what is the electrophile here? Generally, here H is every carbon is with one hydrogen atom, and X. In the X here, generally one of the halogen is with the electrophilic nature, other is with the nucleophilic nature. So in the halogen, one of the halogen atom is with the electrophilic nature, other is with the nucleophilic nature. So that's why here this is said to be electrophilic substitution reaction. Here the hydrogen atom compared to carbon atom, the hydrogen atom electronegativity is less. That's why here it has a positive nature. That means what? Electrophilic nature. Electrophile means what? Electron seeking agent is called as electrophile, that requires electrons from others. Then that is called as electrophile. Okay, here in this, the hydrogen has electrophilic nature. The displacement of this H plus by the what? X plus. Here also electrophile. This is also electrophile. So like this, then what happened? It is called as electrophilic substitution. Okay, so simply what happened? The displacement of these two atoms, they displaces, okay, their positions. So by this, what happened? We will get X on benzene ring, and next hydrogen goes with the X. Here it is the byproduct HX. Okay, whereas Cl and Br are suitable for this halogenation reactions. We will discuss its detailed mechanism later after these general reactions. So next, I'm going to explain nitration reaction. Okay, it is the general reaction of nitration. In this, what happened here? The HNO3, nitric acid and sulfuric acid, is used as the nitrating mixture for the nitration on benzene ring. Okay, so from this mixture, what happened here? In this, the H2SO4 is acting as acid. Both are the acids, but here the HNO3 is acting as base here in this reaction. This is acting as base. This is acting as acid, right? So here from this mixture, this is also called as nitrating mixture. From this mixture, the NO2 electrophile is generated. That NO2 electrophile can replaces the H plus ion on the benzene ring. Then we will get the nitrobenzene structure. Okay, water elimination takes place from this. That is as byproduct. So next, this it's a detailed mechanism we will discuss later. Okay, after the completion of these general reactions. Okay, next is sulfonation. In this sulfonation, what we used? What is the reagent? Here, the H2SO4 and SO3 is used as a reagent. From this, we will get SO3H electrophile. Thus, that will replaces the H plus ion on the benzene ring. Then we will get SO3H on the benzene ring. This is called as benzene sulfonic acid. Okay. So next, Friedel-Crafts. Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. So substitution of alkyl group on the benzene ring is called as Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. So this is taking place in the presence of AlCl3, aluminum trichloride. Here, alkyl halides. So alkyl chloride is taken here. So in the presence of Lewis acid, aluminum trichloride. So what happened here? Alkyl group is attached to the benzene ring in the place of H plus ion. So then we will get a alkyl benzene ring. Next to acylation. Acylation. This is a acylation reaction. This is called as Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. In this, acyl halides are taken here. Acyl halides. Okay, na? Acyl. Here, acyl chloride. This is a acyl chloride. In the presence of AlCl3, here we will get the electrophile. This one. This electrophile. Okay. Here, this electrophile. A CO plus. This electrophile will be generated. That electrophile will be added at the benzene ring in the place of H plus. Then we will get this structure. Okay. So this is the Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. So next, I'm going to explain the halogenation reaction mechanism. Okay. Halogenation reaction mechanism. In this mechanism, here, what happened? Actually, it undergoes in 3 steps. In the first step, the generation of electrophile is taking place. In the second step, the activated electrophile will attack on the benzene nucleus. In the third step, the removal of proton is taking place. In all these electrophilic substitution reactions of benzene, here, 3 steps are involved in their mechanisms. Okay, here we can generalize this 2-step mechanism. Actually, the 3-step. For the first one, what is that? Generation of electrophile is there. Okay, that is not mentioned here. Okay, 2 steps. That's why here mentioned 2 steps. So next, for all the electrophilic aromatic substitutions, here electrophile. So okay, electrophile here E plus. The electrophile means the first letter is taken E, and plus indicates what? It has less number of electrons, therefore it is called as electrophile. It needs electrons from others. Okay, so that's why it is a electrophile. So next, in the first step, what happened here in the step, generally it attacks at the benzene ring. Actually, it is a step 2. So then what happened? The positive charge is developed. Uranium ion is formation takes place. So then after that, here in the final step, the elimination of H plus ion is taking place. This is the general thing. So in the halogenation reaction, what happened? The Cl2 molecule. The Cl2 molecule generally here is activated by this FeCl3, the halogenation reaction, FeCl3, FeCl3. So generally in this Cl2, one of the chlorine atom is with what? Electrophilic nature, and other Cl atom is with the nucleophilic nature. So next, here lone pair of electrons are there on the ring, on the Cl atom, on the Cl atom, there are lone pair of electrons, the lone pair of electrons. So these electrons can be transferred towards this Fe. Okay, then what happened here? So this will get a positive charge. For this here, it immediately takes the the adjacent bonding electrons towards it. Okay, so then what happened? So whenever these electrons transferring takes place to this Fe, this will have more number of electrons. So that's why it will get a negative charge. Okay, negative charge. Okay, the Cl is with the negative charge and chlorine is with the positive charge. This is now it is called as, this is the electrophile. Now it is called as activated electrophile by what? FeCl3. So next, in the second step, this is the first step, step 1. This is the step 1. In the second step, what happened? This activated electrophile can be attacked on the benzene ring by taking pi bonding electrons. Then what happened here? It takes these pi bonding electrons and this bond undergoes shifting takes place. Then we will get a here what? The positive charge in the benzene nucleus and negative charge on the FeCl4. Okay. So in this is called as benzenonium ion or uranium ion. This is called as uranium ion. So this is not generally, this is not a localized in this benzene ring. Okay. This pi bond undergoes shifting takes place from here to here. Then what happened? The migration of positive charge from this position to this position is happening. Okay, then we will get a positive charge in this position, and it is not generally stopped here. So this undergo shifting takes place from here to here. Then what happened? The positive charge still the positive charge migration takes place from this position to this position. Then what happened? Here in this ring, throughout the ring, the positive charge undergo delocalization. Okay, by this we will get 3 resonance structures for this. Okay, we will get 3 resonance structures. Those are more generally more contributing structures for the benzene nucleus. See here, these are the resonating structures. You can observe here these resonating structures as I shown just a few minutes ago. Here, see here, the shifting of this bond taking place, the migration of this positive charge from here to here. Then what happened? Here, still this pi bond undergoes taking place, shifting takes place from here to here. The positive charge undergo migration from here to here. So then we will get this one here. So next is, so what happened for these 3 resonance structures? We can combinedly write a what? Resonance hybrid structure like this, which is more contributing structure for the what? This benzene. Okay, now. So this is mechanism. This is the actual mechanism involved. This is taking place in the second step. This is the step 1. This is the step 2 mechanism. This is the step 2 mechanism in all the benzene electrophilic substitution reactions. Right. So next, after that, here I'm going to here, see here. So in the final step, what happened? I mentioned here. In the final step, the proton elimination takes place. Proton elimination. Proton means H plus elimination takes place in the presence of this base. The presence of this base, what happened? The elimination of this proton is taking place By this, what happened? This bond undergo shifting takes place from here to here. So then it will restore its aromaticity. It will restore by the removal of proton. It will restore its aromaticity. That will give more stability for the ring. So that's why in the final step, the elimination or removal of proton is taking place by in the presence of this base. Okay, then HCl elimination takes here H and here Cl minus come out from this FeCl4 and they will join and they will form a HCl as the byproduct. Okay, so this is the final step. And after that, here now I'm going to explain the nitration reaction. Nitration. How the nitration occur on the benzene ring? How the nitration occur on benzene ring? So in aromatic nitration reactions, the sulfuric acid catalyst protonates the nitric acid, which then loses water to generate the nitronium ion NO2 plus. NO2 plus generation takes place in the presence of sulfuric acid catalyst. Okay, which contains a positively charged nitrogen atom. Okay, see here, we can observe that thing here, HNO3. HNO3. So for this HNO3, H plus ion can be donated by the what? Sulfuric acid, H2SO4 can give H plus ion. So this H plus ion addition takes place at a OH group of this HNO3. So how this protonation takes place? By taking a lone pair of electrons of this one. It donates a lone pair of electrons to the H plus ion, then it will be protonated. So here oxygen will have a positive charge. After this protonation, oxygen will have a positive charge. So this is a highly unstable. That's why it immediately takes this 5 bonding electrons towards itself. So then what happened here? The nitrogen leaves as a in place. Okay, leaves as in place and water molecule elimination takes place. This is the electrophile. What is that? NO2 electrophile, NO2 plus electrophile. So this is the first step. Generation of electrophile is taking place. And next, in the second step, what happens? This NO2 plus electrophile attacks on the benzene nucleus, same as halogenation reaction. So same as halogenation reaction, its a mechanism is there. See here, in the second step, if you take this one, here what happened? Instead of this one, here in the nitration reaction, NO2 plus electrophile, NO2 plus electrophile attacks, NO2 plus electrophile attacks at the benzene ring by taking 5 bonding electrons. Then what happened here? NO2 not here, here NO2 is written. So next, what happened? Here NO2 is written. And next here, there is no this one. Here HSO4 minus is there. The HSO4 minus generation is taking place. This is a base, HSO4 minus. So the next here, remaining step same as halogenation reaction. Remaining all steps same as halogenation reactions. Okay, NO2. Next here also NO2. Okay, same mechanism. So next, what happened? In the final step, this is the second step. The first step, generation of NO2 plus electrophile. The second step, the what's the NO2 plus attacks on benzene ring. The third step, the removal of proton from the uranium ion. So this in the presence of this base, the removal of proton is taking place here. Then what happened? This bond undergoes shifting from here to here. Then it will get aromatic nature. Okay, it will restore the aromatic character. Then it is said to be more stable. So this is the mechanism involved in this what nitration reaction. So this is the same as nitration reaction. Here sulfonation is there. Sulfonation. In the sulfonation reaction, what happened? We use the SO3 and H2SO4. From this, we will get SO3. This is SO3 is said to be neutral electrophile. Whenever it combines with H2SO4, it will become HSO4 minus. That HSO4 minus will attack on the benzene nucleus and it forms benzene sulfonic acid like this. The mechanism is same as that one. Here electrophile is what here? SO3 electrophile, which is catalyzed by this H2SO4. Okay. So next, after that, Friedel-Crafts alkylation. The Friedel-Crafts alkylation. So what is the mechanism? And let's see here. So in this, here the electrophile is a carbocation. In this Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction, electrophile is a carbocation reaction. So which can be formed either by removing the what is that halide ion from an alkyl halide with a Lewis acid catalyst. For example, AlCl3. Here AlCl3 is there, which is acting as Lewis acid. What is the Lewis acid? Lewis acid is nothing but which can accept electrons because of it has vacant orbitals. It can accept electrons from other electron donors. Therefore, it is called as Lewis acid. Okay, here ethyl chloride is there. Ethyl chloride. This ethyl chloride generally undergo dissociation in the presence of this Lewis acid, LCl3. The Cl minus can be donated to the AlCl3. Then what happens here? So the Cl is leaving takes place with bond pair of electrons between Cl and C, bond pair of electrons. So that's why here the carbon will get a positive charge, CH2. Here carbon will get a positive charge. So therefore it is called as carbocation. On the carbon there is a positive charge. That's why it is called as carbocation. Okay, carbocation. So it is ethyl cation. So next, here this carbocation carbon generally. So by generally, if you remove the H plus ion from this, you will get the ethane molecule. So that is the another thing. So we need only this one. What is that? Ethyl. This one. Okay, here the ethyl cation attacks on the benzene ring. This is the second step in this reaction mechanism. Okay, then what I'm by taking pi bonding electrons, it attacks on the benzene ring. Then what happens here? We will get a CH2, CH3 and benzene ring, and the positive charge is created in the benzene ring. So this undergo migration throughout the ring by the delocalization of pi bonds. Here, what happens whenever this bond comes towards this positive charge, then this migration takes place from here to here, and still it undergo migration from this position to this position because of this pi bonding electrons undergo shifting takes place from here to here. And here for this, in the final step, by the elimination of H plus ion, the final step by the elimination of H plus ion. So what happened in the presence of AlCl4 minus, the one of the Cl minus ion, the Cl minus ion deprotonates the H plus. What is that? Deprotonates this ring by taking proton from the position of ethyl group attached to it. Okay, then what happened here? The elimination of H plus ion is taking place. This bond undergoes shifting place from here to here, and we will get CH2, CH3 and benzene ring. This is the ethyl benzene. Okay, this is the final step. It is the alkylation reaction on the benzene ring. Okay, so next after that, Friedel-Crafts acylation. The Friedel-Crafts last one in this electrophilic substitution reaction, Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. Acylation. Okay, it's not alkylation, acylation reaction. Okay, in this Friedel-Crafts acylation, yeah, the electrophile is an acyl cation. Acyl cation. Usually here acyl halides are used here. This is acyl halide. So electrophile is acyl cation. The elimination of Cl minus is taking place. The Cl elimination takes place along with bond pair of electrons between C and Cl. So that's why this acyl cation formation takes place here. Acyl cation. This is the positive charge present on the this CO group of carbon. Okay, CO group carbon. So next AlCl4 minus is there, and in the second step, what happens? The generated acyl cation attacks on the benzene nucleus. The second step, the generated acyl cation attacks on the benzene nucleus. We will get uranium ion. We will get a uranium ion. Then here, generally, in the final step, what happened? There are so many resonance steps are there. 3 resonance structures possible because of the positive charge migration takes place from one carbon to another carbon atom by the delocalization of 5 electrons. So next, after that, the elimination of H plus ion is taking place. Here there is a one of the Cl minus. The LCl4 donates the Cl minus. Okay, it releases the final step. It releases Cl minus, and the Cl minus and this H plus ion. The Cl minus and H plus ion. So both undergo elimination as byproduct. Then we will get this is a acyl group introduced or substituted on the benzene ring. This is called as a stoichionon. This is a acylation reaction, result of acylation reaction. And after that, here there are some reactions of disubstituted benzenes. That means what? Orientation. The orientation. How the orientation takes place on the benzene ring. Here I am going to discuss in detail. The substituents already present on aromatic ring determine the position of a new substituent. Okay, now, if you generally think about this toluene. So in this toluene, in this generally the methyl group is present on this benzene ring. Methyl group is present on the benzene ring. This is the substituent. This will decide the incoming electrophile position where it should be occupied. The position of benzene, okay, na? Where it should be occupied on the benzene ring. Okay, so that's why here in this case the substituent will decide the incoming electrophile position. Okay, so here in this case methyl group and HNO3, which is used as a what? Generally is HNO3 and H2SO4 nitrate mixture is used. Then from this HNO3, NO2 plus electrophile generation takes place. Okay. This NO2 plus electrophile, where it should be generally substituted, either in the ortho positions or meta positions or para positions. So that will depends on the what this already existing group. Okay, here this is the according to inductive effect. It is the electron donating group. So that's why by the presence of electron donating groups on the benzene ring, what happened? The electron density in the ortho positions and para positions increases. The electron density in the benzene rings by the presence of electron donating groups, electron density what happened? Increases in the ortho and para positions. So that's why the electrophile needs more electrons. Electrophile needs more electrons. So it should be attached to the where the electron density is more. Okay. So this will decided by the what? The substituted thing. Okay. So here in this case, NO2 plus may occupy the position of ortho or para positions. Okay. So that's why here we will get a ortho isomeric product and a para isomeric product. Ortho nitrotoluene, para nitrotoluene. Okay, because the electron density is more in the ortho and para positions. This is mainly depends on the this CS3 group. It is a electron donating group. So next here after that, on the other hand, nitration of benzene under similar conditions gives mainly the meta isomer. This is the nitrobenzene. Okay, monosubstituted benzene. So this substituent will decide the incoming electrophile. Okay, NO2 electrophile. From this HNO3, we will get a NO2 plus electrophile. This NO2 plus electrophile, where it should be occupied. That is the question. Okay, here. So this will decide. Okay, this is a what? It withdraws electrons from the benzene ring. It deactivates the ring. It takes the electrons from the ring, not give to the ring. Okay, that's why here generally what happened? The electrons are moving takes place towards this NO2 group. Then what happened? The positive charge formation takes place in the ortho position. Okay, next in the same way, what happened? This pi bond undergoes shifting to place from here to here, and this positive charge migration takes place from here to here. The positive charge migration takes place from here to here. Then what happened here? The NO2 plus electrophile will not occupy the positions of ortho and para. Okay, because of in the ortho and para positions, there is a positive charge. The positive charge indicates what there should be less number of electrons. But electrophile needs more number of electrons. That's why already it has electron deficiency. That's why here, where electron density is more, there only it will attack. So that's why in the meta position, there is no such type of positive charges. That's why the NO2 plus occupies in the meta position only. Meta position only. Therefore, the NO2 group is a electron withdrawing group. It is a meta directing group. It is a meta it directs the incoming electrophile in the meta position only. So whereas the methyl group is a electron donating group towards the benzene, which activate the benzene ring. The electron density increases in the in the ortho and para positions. So the incoming electrophile should only occupy the positions of ortho and para position because of there is a more electron density. Okay, so this is the concept in this orientation. Okay, next here there are examples. There are examples. Here, ring activating and deactivating groups. What are the ring activating and deactivating groups? Okay. So as we discussed in the previous example, here also the directing and activating effects are common functional groups. Substituents that release electrons to the ring will activate the ring. Okay. The substituent which is present on the ring, benzene ring, if it is donating, if it is releasing electrons to the ring, then what happens here? That is called as activating group, and the ring is said to be activating the ring. Okay, towards electrophilic substitution. Okay, next substituents that withdraw electrons from the ring will deactivate the ring. If the substituent withdraws electrons from the ring, then what happens? Ring will be deactivated. Okay, if substituent donates electrons to the ring, then what happens? Ring will be activated. If the substituent withdraws electrons from the ring, then ring will be deactivated. Then ring will be deactivated towards electrophilic substitution. So here, based on that phenomena, here we have the examples for that substituent groups. Here, so the substituent group are the para directing groups. These are all. See, it is simply you can remember examples of are the para directing groups. NH2. Here electron pair is there. Electron pair, electron pair, electron pair, electron pair, electron pairs are there. Okay, but here we don't have electron pairs in this. Even though absence of electron pairs, the sigma electrons donors. All the alkyl groups are sigma electron donors. Sigma electron donors. So here, so these are all electron donating groups or ortho para directing groups. Okay, next meta directing groups. The meta directing groups are nothing but these direct the incoming electrophile in the meta position. Ortho para directing groups are nothing but these groups direct the incoming electrophile into the ortho and para positions. Here meta directing groups. So meta directing groups in all these cases we can observe the double bonds. Okay, na? Double bonds. So therefore here what happened generally there is a polarity, polar nature. What that is nothing but polarity is there. The double bond is not in the fixed position, is not in the exact position between the atoms. Okay, so therefore here generally the withdrawing nature is there for these all groups. Withdrawing nature is there from the ring. Then what happened? Ring will be deactivated, right? So here sulfonic cyanide and NO2 place and this one amide function and ester function, carboxylic acid function, carbonyl function, etc. Okay, so these are the examples regarding ortho-para-directing and meta-directing groups. Okay, next to side chain reactions of benzene derivatives. Okay, side chain. Okay, halogenation of alkyl side chain. Halogenation of alkyl side chain. Okay, here in this case, the side chain is there. What is that here? The side chain is here, methyl group. Okay, so here the hydrogen atom can be substituted. This can be substituted by a Br atom. Br atom. So in the presence of UV light, what happened? There is a free radical phenomena. Free radical mechanism is there. The one of the hydrogen atom will be replaced by this Br, and we will get what benzyl bromide here. Okay, here the remaining Br and H elimination takes place, and the Br can occupy the position of hydrogen atom. Okay, next after that here ethyl benzene in this chlorination. So where it is going to happening? So generally the Cl2 chlorination in the presence of UV light takes place on the middle carbon atom. On the middle carbon atom, secondary hydrogen, secondary carbon atom. There is a secondary hydrogen. So that will form a secondary free radical carbon that will generally replaces by the Cl radical, Cl. So then we will get this one. But here generally major product, which is major, there is a stereo, what is the regioselectivity is there. Here the 1-chloro 1-phenyl ethane is a major product. This is a 2. What is that? This is a, so when Cl is present in the middle carbon, this is a major product. Here it is a minor product. Okay, because of based on the intermediate stability, it is said to be major product. It is said to be minor product. Okay, so these are the part mechanisms. Okay, how the mechanism involved here? Free radical formation takes place by the homolytic fission. By the homolytic fission, the removal of removal of H radical by Cl rad. So then we will get a Cl dot here. So how its mechanism takes place here? In this case, Cl and Cl is there. By the homolytic fission. Homolytic fission, we will get two Cl radicals. Two Cl radicals. Chlorine radical. Okay, now. So next here there is a H on the middle. Here H is there. This H undergo homolytic cleavage. By this homolytic cleavage, the carbon will get a single radical. Will have a single electron, and hydrogen will get a single electron. So then what happens? This single electron containing hydrogen and this one of the Cl radical undergo elimination. Then as HCl. So then what happens? We will get a rot here, and here again homolytic cleavage. By the homolytic cleavage of this one, what happened? Pi bond, not the sigma bond undergoing homolytic cleavage. Only pi bond undergo homolytic cleavage. By this homolytic cleavage, what happened? Here free radical generation takes place here and here. So next this data and this data undergo combine here, which leads to formation of second bond, that is a pi bond. And after that here the free radical is generated. That is free radical is nothing but single electron. Again this pi bond undergo homolytic cleavage. Here also generally two radicals generally production takes place here. Two radicals are produced, and here this radical and this radical undergo combine to form a pi bond. And after that here what happened? This bond, this pi bond undergo homolytic cleavage. By this what happened? We will get here a radical and here another radical. Two radicals will formation takes place, and this radical and this radical undergo combine. Here double bond formation takes place like this. Here for these resonance structures, we can combinedly write a resonance hybrid form. So this is the resonance hybrid form. So which is the what more stabilized form? Okay, which is the more stabilized form for the this structure. Okay, so like this here, what happened? The radical, where is radical? Here radical is there. For generally this Cl radical and this C radical both undergo combine to form a bond. Then we will get a Cl on this carbon. Okay, on this carbon, middle carbon. Okay, so because of here the radical is generated, the secondary radical. By this what happened? The more number of resonance structures are possible. When a compound having the more number of resonance structures, more is the stability. That's why here if the radical formation takes place on this carbon, so more number of resonance structures are possible. If the radical formation takes place on terminal carbon, here at this carbon, what happened? There is no such type of delocalization takes place. Such type of resonance structures occur. So that's why here this middle, this one is more stable and major. So that's why this one is a minor because of less stability. Okay, so this is the what alkyl side chain halogenation reaction. Okay, next to oxidation of an alkyl side chain. Oxidation of an alkyl side chain. So in this, what happened? The alkyl side chain undergo oxidation in the presence of oxidizing agents. The conversion into carboxylic group by treatment with hot potassium permanganate. So which is used as a here oxidizing agent. Regardless, the length of the alkyl chain, the product is always the same. Okay, regardless the length of the alkyl chain, the product is always the same. Okay, if the alkyl chain length is more, or if alkyl chain length is small, okay, you may take if you take two different types of alkyl side chain and benzene rings, both will give same product. There is no differentiation in the yielding products. Okay, so next here hard KMnO4. By using hard KMnO4, what happened? So this alkyl group undergo oxidation. So oxidation is nothing but removal of hydrogen atoms or addition of oxygen atoms is called as oxidation. So here the removal of two hydrogen atoms taking place and addition of two oxygens taking place, then we will get a carboxylic acid function. Okay. So next to here para-gelling. So in this case also there are alkyl side chain is there. This is the alkyl side chain, not benzene ring. This is a side chain. So both the alkyl side chain undergo oxidation in the presence of hot KMnO4. We will get two carboxylic acids in the para position. Its name is terephthalic acid. So next here, if you take the ethyl benzene, okay, now so diethyl benzene. So both are in the para to each other. Diethyl benzene is there. Diethyl benzene. So in this diethyl benzene, what happened? By doing oxidation with a hot KMnO4. So generally these two ethyl groups are converted into carboxylic acids. Okay, na? Here see here you remember one thing here. The alkyl side chain different in these two structures, but even though they have different types of alkyl side chains, they are giving same product. Okay, na? Right. So next after that, okay. So now I'm going to close this lecture. Okay, thank you very much.